Attention, viewers. Donald Trump is getting ready to take over the White House on January 20th, 2025, after winning the presidential election in a landslide victory. Now, what will happen to immigrants? Trump promised the largest mass deportation in history. Can he achieve it? I'll explain to you the 8 changes that could be coming. Kindly stay until the end of the video to hear what might happen with detentions and deportations. If you are affected by Trump's threatening speeches on social media, please don't hesitate and consult an immigration lawyer as soon as possible. Today, what I'm about to share with you is based on what Trump did when he was president over 4 years ago and what he promised during his last election campaign. First on my list is to change the restriction on asylum and work permits. Trump could try to bring back the Remain in Mexico program. This program, where people had to wait for their cases in Mexico, not in the U.S. now. In addition to Mexico, other countries worldwide could be added to this possible program. Asylum obviously could also become harder to win. As you know, there are millions of pending cases in the immigration court in the Asylum Office, USCIS, and Trump may try to expedite them, especially new cases for work permits. During Trump's presidency, he tried to make the process takes at least a year to get the work permit, since you applied for asylum instead of that current 180 days. Also, if approved, the work permits were granted when Trump was president for 2 years instead of the current 5 years. He also attempted to make it harder for immigrants who enter without permission to get a work permit. Secondly on my list is the change to family-based green cards and public charge. When Trump was the president, obtaining a family-based green card or permanent residence through family was more difficult and costly. Because this rule was aimed to exclude low-income immigrants with limited education, older age, or those likely to seek public assistance. An extra form, the infamous I-944, was introduced, creating chaos and complicating cases. Don't forget to subscribe, pressing the little bell so you don't miss any news. The third changes on my list is to end birthright citizenship via executive order. Donald Trump has talked about the fact that having babies in the United States who are U.S. citizens is an incentive to attract more illegal entrants. The executive order is expected to direct federal agencies to stop giving automatic citizenship to children who are born to a foreigner here in the United States. Unless at least one parent is a green card holder or a U.S. citizen, this is sure to be challenged in the courts. Of course, the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, and others are gearing up. They're ready to go with litigation to challenge not only this, but many other policies that are likely to come down under the Trump administration. The fourth changes could be to delays green card, visas, work, and travel permits. Processes are likely to slow down with interviews for cases that don't currently require an interview and requests for additional documentation or evidence. Previously, back in the day, judicial challenges blocked many of Trump's initiatives, but this time they'll be much harder to win because he has a favorable Supreme Court. Change number 5, border control. When Trump was president, border control was much stricter. He implemented the Title 42 during the pandemic to quickly expel people without due process. Although there's no pandemic now, Trump's advisors are suggesting to instate it for other health emergencies. Regarding the CVP-1 app, this app that allows immigrants without documents to book an appointment at the border and request protection, granting them parole, they're saying it will be eliminated. Change number 6, work visas. In his previous term, Trump prioritized American workers with his America First policy, resulting in more restrictions on H-1B and H-2B work visas. More restrictions now than during Biden's administration. Change number 7, humanitarian parole and temporary protected status, TPS. Trump talked during his campaign about canceling humanitarian parole. And as for TPS, when an administration doesn't want to extend a TPS, they simply usually wait for it to expire and then they don't renew it, which Trump tried to do as president back in the day. Back in the day, courts blocked this attempt, but as I mentioned, he now has a Supreme Court in his favor, so maybe this is going to happen. The 8th and final changes on my list, as promised, deportation and detention. Trump might eliminate deportation priorities on his first day in office. This means that immigration enforcement, ICE, wouldn't just focus on individuals, on immigrants with a criminal record, or those who are considered to be a threat to public safety or national security. Instead, any undocumented immigrant could potentially be detained and deported. There's already talk about restating workplace rates with plans to conduct mass arrest in work environments. Additionally, Trump's advisors are discussing a proposal to deport millions of undocumented immigrants and have them await deportation in newly constructed detention centers in Texas. While I believe that deportations will increase, deporting all undocumented individuals is unlikely due to the massive number, over 11 million, and the extensive resources this will require. So they may attempt to do it, but the scale of the operation would be so extraordinary, demanding that I think it would be kind of impossible to achieve it fully. I understand this news may cause concern for many of you, so I suggest you stay informed. I think this is something crucial, and you might be wondering what steps you can take to prepare for all this situation. For example, if you have been delaying your immigration application, your process, this might be a good time to consider, to file, to start it before Trump assumes office on January 20th, next January, of course. Have a legal consultation before making any decision. It's also possible that President Biden may use his remaining time in office to enact some protective measures, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. So share this video with your friends and family and keep them informed, and I will keep you informed as well. On a lighter note, I want to send shout out to Nicole Smith, over there in California, USA, for your contribution to this channel. Thanks again, viewers, for watching Telecom Record Entertainment, and please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel for more video like this.